All right. All right. All right. How's this sound? Hope it sounds good. Ha ha. Hello, everybody. I had this idea to rank Christopher Nolan movies because a few days ago I asked myself the question, how would I rank Christopher Nolan movies? And I wasn't really sure the answer. So I'm going to force myself to answer that by making a video about it. So, Christopher Nolan. If you don't know him, he is one of my favorite directors right now. There is actually a lot of directors I will label as one of my favorite directors, and he is one of them. So, first off, the worst. There are two possibilities, and they both have similar issues. That is Dunkirk and Tenet. Those issues are that they don't have much character. They're more visually driven, and the characters don't have much to them. They're just people, you know? And by that factor, I am going to have to say that Tenet is his worst film. It's still fantastic. It's visually stunning. Technically, it's a masterpiece. But again, it's the characters. Dunkirk, on the other hand, it has an excuse for having weak characters. Because it is a war movie, and it is a very fast-paced, kind of short war movie. We've all seen those war movies where they have these cliched scenes where they're like on a helicopter about to drop, and one of them is looking at a little Polaroid snapshot of their wife and kids probably, and then they just go, "There's my wife and kid," so they can set them up as characters right before they kill them off. So this film cut all the fat, cut out pretty much all the characterization, and it just banked on your like instinctual feeling of fellow human. They must survive because fellow human needs to survive. So Tenet is his worst film, and then Dunkirk in a close second to last place. Now that we got those two out of the way, honestly, the rest of these, it's kind of hard to pinpoint. That's how good they are. It's pretty much depending on how I'm feeling, what mood I'm in, and what film I'd prefer to watch from here on out, because the rest of them are all so good. This is going to be edited later. It's going to be very jump cutty. Up next, it's going to be unpopular. For fans of Christopher Nolan, this is an unpopular decision. Memento. I love Memento. I will say that for all these movies. I love them. It's just Memento. It is such a dark and unpleasant time that I just don't feel like experiencing it nearly as much as the rest of these films. It is a masterclass in nonlinear film writing. To have segments that go forward chronologically and other segments to go backwards chronologically and have the end of the film sort of meet in the middle. And it's still so shocking and impactful. Memento is great. I just don't like the mood of it a lot of the time. And up next from Memento, probably another unpopular one, Inception. Again, I love these movies. I love every single one of them, save from the first two. Maybe my opinion will change on Tenet, who knows. But save for the first two, I love the rest of these movies. I love them. It is hard for me to pick my favorite child of the Christopher Nolan filmography. The reason I'm picking Inception here... Oh God, why am I? So, yeah, Inception. Up next, I'd like to call to your attention Christopher Nolan's first film, which is not Memento, and it is not talked about by anybody as far as I know. Following. This is his first film. It is 1 hour and 10 minutes long. It is is a fantastic first effort. It's still got that Christopher Nolan non-linearness to it. While Memento has a great excuse for a non-linear story, this one doesn't really have it, but it still has a lot of great reveals, twists, and turns. And because it was made with like close to no money, it is a fantastic little film. Yeah, following. So up next, Interstellar. There's a lot of negative criticism for this movie, and honestly, I kind of get it, but I enjoy this movie so much. It works for me on so many levels. Interstellar. That's all I have to say. Next, Insomnia. And much like following, I don't feel like anybody is talking about this movie as far as I know. And it is a fantastic little movie. It is a remake of a Danish film. I haven't seen the original. Sorry, but this one is so good. It stars Al Pacino, Robin Williams. Late in his career, he started doing some really dark, really, really challenging roles. And this one really works. He is very intimidating and so effective. Insomnia. Next, we have The Prestige. As you'll notice, most of my top ones are his really underrated films, like Following, Insomnia, and The Prestige. All of these are very underrated in my mind, and The Prestige is my personal favorite. It is a fantastic little movie. As you know, it's a movie about magicians, and Christopher Nolan kind of sees himself as a magician throughout this whole movie. The whole movie plays out like a magic trick, like a big illusion, and he just wants you to be amazed by the end, and it works. I'm going to cheat a little bit and count this as one entity. The Dark Knight Trilogy. Those of you who know me would not be surprised by this statement at all. The Dark Knight Trilogy is my favorite of anything Christopher Nolan. And personally, Batman Begins is my least favorite. Just personally. With The Dark Knight Rises, and finally, everyone's favorite, The Dark Knight, which all three are fantastic. I love them. Even The Dark Knight Rises. There is so much hate and criticism, I feel like, for that movie, but I don't know what you're on about. I love all three of them. I consider them all one movie. If I want to watch one, I'll usually start from the beginning and watch all three of them. So there you go. My Christopher Nolan ranked video. Now I got to put these back in order now. You go there. You there. And, come on. You go there. All right. There you go. There's my Christopher Nolan ranked video. Yeah. Obviously, I have no idea how to close this video.